Keegs Show.
Welcome to Herschy and the Keegs Show, starring pitcher Mark Hirschman and his personal catcher, Mike Keegan. Every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. live from the Governor's Comedy Club radio studio. Thanks so much for listening.
Oh my God! It is Tuesday night, Oh no, it's not. It's Monday night, 9:30 p.m. What the hell's going on? It is the Herschy and the Keegs Show. We're gonna stuff you like a turkey. It is Thanksgiving week, and we're gonna have a good time. We got friends here, and
we have friends and cigars and booze. We have everything. It's our own version of Thanksgiving Eve. The studio's closed tomorrow, but we didn't feel like it was necessary to miss a week, so we decided to move it to Monday at 9:30. Thanks to our producer Tony, we were able to secure a very high stakes guest, and Mr. Christopher Monty. Welcome, young man.
Thank you for having me back, fellas.
Monty.
We have a full-blown agenda that we have a lot of things to go over, okay? We're going to start like we've been doing for the past few weeks, and people have been loving it so much. We're going to cut our sponsorship piece into two different segments now because the sponsors are coming fast and furious. So when you're ready, Tony, go ahead and pop up the first advertiser, and we'll go ahead and announce that the Herschy and Keegs Show is proudly sponsored by Demolition Specialists, 1-855 Rip-Outs. The number you call for demolition, dumpsters, and fence rental. Family owned and operated for over 30 years, they are a fully licensed demolition contractor. Brought to you by Angela's Bra Boutique at 223 Main Street in Farmingdale, 516-249-6409. Personalized bra fittings providing a wide selection of brands, sizes, and styles. Brought to you by Triple M Professional Painting and Construction, 516-395-6390. Family owned and operated for over 35 years. Call for your free estimate today and ask for James. By Impressions Dance Studio. Reach them at 516-735-0545. Take life by the hand and dance. 3103 North Jerusalem Road in Levittown. www.impressionsdancestudio.com. And finally, for this first half of the advertisement segment, Sunray Services. Now is the best time to convert to hybrid heating and cooling. Call them today at 631-231-5533 or visit them online at www.sunrayservices.com.
Wow.
They're only like 20 minutes behind each one, Tony.
No, they were not. Explain to him that they were not behind it.
He's only up to the dance one up there on the screen. There you go. There's Sun right now.
It's not
Take
true.
life by the hand. And
when you watch it back on YouTube, it syncs.
Listen, this is a well-oiled machine. We have volume this week, by the way. Just making sure. Yes. We good? Okay.
Angela's bras. Take life by the hands, and is that?
No, that's
take life by the straps. Take life by the straps.
You know, we're so proud to have these advertisers. They've been getting some feedback already.
Wow.
They've been getting some feedback from us, and it's important if we can just put together where I had a professional partner and a professional guest and a professional producer that's not cackling and giggling at the word bra. I mean, it's
listen, it's better than you ever hear the advertisement for the sperm donation place?
Yeah, exactly. I'm the fan.
Yeah, they can't get through. Like you can't. Geo cannot get through that without throwing in. Every time. So
I can get through. You know why? Because I'm a professional who puts all.
I'm sorry. Boobs are funny.
Boobs are beautiful. Boobs are funny.
I'm thankful for boobs.
And speaking of boobs, the number one boob in my life is Mr. Christopher Monty, and we are happy to have you, my friend. I want to start, actually, because this is something, we've been friends for a long time now. We've been friends. I started out in 2010, so it's going on 14 years plus that we've been friends. We've gotten closer over the years. Racetrack trips, our wives know each other. I
bitch to each other on the text when we have a misery in our marriages.
Yeah. We're definitely good buddies, but I have to say one thing that you do every year, and I was waiting for it, and you pulled this bullshit with me yesterday or today. Make sure you talk about how I'm the one who does Thanksgiving. I do all the shit. I go.
So what?
I'm just saying. You brag about that. I hope you realize something.
That's something to be proud of.
No,
Mark.
but I hope that you realize.
I do everything when it comes to the food and the holidays in my family.
All I'm saying is this. Do you ever take a second and reflect to realize that you, and I'm not saying I didn't, but you definitely married up. There's no question about it.
Listen, we didn't get to that segment of the show yet where you asked me what I'm thankful for.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is, though, like, when you tell me, like, I prepare the appetizers and this, and I'm like, dude, you are, I'll reflect back, and we've talked about this before on the show, but we'll say it again. The fateful day, how many years ago? You started dating Kristen how many years ago?
We started in January 2015.
Okay, so...
And we got married in 2017.
Okay, no, I was at the wedding. I was fucking bombed off my brain. But the first time that I ever met her, and we've talked about this years ago on the show...
Saratoga.
Was Monty and I were talking, and I was on my annual trip. You know, my best friend Dave, who you met before, we were away in Saratoga. And Monty was like, I'm going to be in Saratoga, and I'm going to bring the girl with me. So I'm like, oh, God, what is this going to be here? Monty's bringing a girl to the track. So...
we actually, one of our first dates was Belmont. So she was into it.
So this was her first trip to Saratoga. There's no question about it. First trip to Saratoga. Monty tells me he's going to be there. Now, mind you, I've been going to Saratoga for 30 years. I will sometimes go in a suit. I will go fully dressed. I very rarely dress.
Fully dressed.
This particular day, he was in sleeveless Yankee T-shirt. That was an old one from like the 80s. With no sleeves on it. His shorts, his sandals.
What a pig.
His cigar. He's got a cigar burning in his mouth. He's got one in his pocket. And he's got a racing form in his hand.
I'm going to tell you, I'll remember this because that morning I come out of the bathroom and I'm ready to leave to go to the track. And Dave's like, what the fuck are you wearing? He's like, you never dress like that to the track. I usually at least wear like a...
It was hot too. Very hot.
But I wear like a collared shirt and dress shorts usually. Like that's the least I'll wear at the track at Saratoga. But this one day I'm like...
But at Belmont, he'll wear a Speedo and...
But I'm saying at Saratoga I usually dress up but I'm thinking to myself, Monty's bringing a girl. What could that possibly be? You know? And so
what are you talking about? Have you not seen my track record leading up to that?
Yeah, well, that leads me
banging
to this.
Cocktail waitresses 2 at a time like Fredo in Vegas.
Yeah, I know you were. So
he's got an impressive resume, Mark. I've seen him.
Yeah, I don't know. But so Monty shows up at the track that day, and I'm sitting on the chair with Dave, and I'm smoking one of my Tipperillos. You know, one of my
you had a decent cigar.
I think I had a plastic tip cigar, which I used to smoke a lot, and I don't really smoke anymore. But and then he introduces me, and I'm really like half.
And my wife's wearing like a nice blue summer dress.
Oh, yeah.
With nice shoes and makeup. She looks good. So I got on like a nice button down, a nice pair of khaki shorts.
Exactly. So I look up and I'm expecting to see some Vagrant with him. I'm not even lying. And next thing I know, I'm like, boom! I see this fucking big pearl, blue-eyed, fucking blonde head.
She actually had a sunglass on. I'll never forget this because you were so creepy in this moment. You go. You know, after you were talking and comfortable with her for like a few minutes, you were like, "Do me a favor, take off your sunglasses." Take off your sunglasses. So my wife takes off her sunglasses and he sees her.
No, slowly.
And she's got beautiful blue eyes. And he looks and he goes, "Oh my God!" He just walks away and she goes, "He's creepy, isn't he?"
Yeah. It's not really. She didn't say that. Believe me, she was enamored and was disappointed I was married. But let's tell the true part of the story. But she's put together, and I'm like, Jesus Christ! I'm dressed here like a goddamn
like a schlub,
like a total schlub.
And she loves you still. She loved you the moment she met you. My wife don't judge.
No, she's not. But that's
my wife likes you. She don't judge.
She don't judge.
Love it.
My point is that let's just call a spade here. That this woman, health insurance. She's provided you with 2 gorgeous children at the age of what?
Well, that goes both ways.
No, I'm just saying.
The children as well.
But basically, she married Tony Randall. Okay, so basically,
and I'm free daycare.
So you're in your 60s when you have your first kid with her. 65
I'm not that old,
your
people.
Second, and you go off on these you're off in the Poconos for 3 days at a clip, and she's taking care of these kids, never lets them sleep. They're always running amok in your house.
Always running
amok.
She has no decorum. She has no sense of time.
But the point is that she is working a full-time job. She's teaching. She's got the benefits. She's taking care of these kids.
I spend sometimes 6 hours in the car to get on stage for 45 minutes and drive all the way back home.
Right.
See, Mike knows he's a working comic. He knows what I'm talking about. Unlike you.
We'll fill you in.
But, your once a year Hershey show.
Yeah, I would say it's still pretty
that
damn
he sells
impressive.
out once a year, but it's because it's all his friends and family that come out once
doesn't
a year.
Matter. Doesn't
and
matter.
They're like, wow, it's been 3 years. He hasn't written a new fucking joke.
I still slaughter, and that's also not true.
You do slaughter. You do slaughter.
Thank you.
But anyway,
so the point is, I'm just saying, it's
like what?
Now you've been starting off the thankful week with railing into me.
It's a good arrangement.
The Hershey and the Keegs show that's December 12th at the brokerage in Denver. Tickets on sale now at Cubs.com. That one?
Work, Mikey.
Right,
I've never heard you say one nice thing about Stacy.
Right. That's not true. Every week I do. Every single week we say.
I did only because she was there.
No, I love Big Red.
We always say nice things about Carla, about Stacy.
Yep.
Every week we say something
I have nothing
nice
but
though.
nice things to say about my wife. Just,
So,
you know,
I'm
a
saying,
comedian.
And I have nothing but nice things to say about your wife also.
That's right.
And you're
No, Carla's very
and
nice.
your live-in girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly.
Your illegitimate wife.
So you
No,
guys,
we're all very blessed.
as road comics, you like to frequent the a little sip once in a while. What are we drinking over here, you two?
I brought Wild Turkey Barrel Select for the
Nice.
the theme of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Because they sell. I was gonna get the regular Wild Turkey. You know, it's 81 proof or it's 101 proof.
Right.
I went to 3 liquor stores today because I'm stocking up for Wednesday and Thursday at my
Right.
house.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I was looking specifically for the regular 81 Wild Turkey, which is nice. Nobody carries it anymore. They only carry 101, and I'm like, that's like, you know, you can blow a
gasoline.
match, and
That's
so,
right.
but the Barrel Select is actually nicer. It's a little smoky and nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well,
What do
you're
you
doing
got
a nice thing, and you're a nice person, and we're happy to have you.
Thank you for ripping into me for the first 6
there are a
minutes.
couple of things.
But
Let's
thanks
just
for
Oh, what, you made a
Chris.
list of
No,
grievances?
just in my mind. Though. No grievances. But there's a couple of things, some housekeeping issues in the life of Monty over the past few months that I think we need to talk about.
Okay, go
Number
ahead.
one, your father-in-law had a major procedure. He's doing okay. Is that correct?
Yeah, my father-in-law had an infection in his intestines, and he wasn't feeling well for a while. And we begged him, just go to the hospital. Go to the hospital. He's, well, you know, I'll wait until I'm an hour from death's door.
Yeah,
and that's when he did. And he went, and thank God they rushed him into an emergency operation, and he's okay. He's home now, and he's fine.
Thank
but
God.
in a couple of months, he's got to go back once that heals, and then they're gonna reopen him and reconnect the intestines because they're disconnected right now.
Okay.
So, but other than that, yes, thank God.
Thank God.
My
So-
father had a pacemaker put in at 82, and he's doing fine as well.
Mr. Montroni, who's a classic,
Not that,
excellent guy.
My father's been going through the same thing. Thanks for his
what?
carpal tunnel surgery.
Oh, he had that. Okay.
He's good.
He's gotta stop playing with himself.
It's right. He won't.
I knew your
But
dad had
he's
that.
good.
I forgot
Lefty now,
to
but-
ask. Sorry about that. Your wife's sister, Jen, had a baby within the past
We have
couple
a
of
new
weeks.
family member, a little Christian Antonio Perez.
I love it.
Whoa,
I love it. I
whoa,
love
whoa,
it.
that's
7 pounds 1 ounce, and we didn't know what the gender was. So,
You won't know for 16 years. I think that's the
yeah,
the way it
that's the
goes.
thing. We won't know until he's 21. But
Yeah.
no, so she was contemplating doing a gender reveal because they had the envelope, and she's like, maybe I'll just do it. And then they have a house they haven't moved into. They're trying to rebuild the house. They have so much going on. So
Yeah.
I said, Jen, just the hell with the, you know, everybody
Hell
tells
with
her,
it.
forget about the gender reveal.
Yeah.
So she went in. She was supposed to go in on the 23rd, I think, to induced.
Yeah.
But she had gone in. I guess it was the Friday after election that week,
Yep.
the 9th, 10th, whatever
Sure
that
it
was.
was.
And the baby was breech.
Oh, okay.
So they were going to go in and say, come in the hospital, we'll turn the baby.
Yeah.
And so they went in, and they can never turn the baby.
No.
And then they said, play music down by your hoo-ha, and the baby will hear that and might move.
Right.
So she was doing all kinds of things. And then finally they were like, you know what? It's another 2 weeks. Let's just get this baby out
Let's
of
just
here.
do it.
So they
Let's just-
induced
yeah,
her.
we got nothing to do.
And bada bing, bada boom. I went to sleep that night. And the baby was born at 3:41. I woke up at 7 a.m. because my phone was blowing up with text. And my wife didn't shut her phone off. That's the only reason I knew my phone was going off too, because mine's on silent. So I just happened to look at my phone, and I saw a baby boy. And since my wife's phone woke me up, I woke her up to tell her, hey, we have a nephew. And it's so nice.
Beautiful.
He's a
You know what they
handsome
should've
little
played?
boy.
Beautiful. He looks just like his sister.
Yeah.
Should have played an episode of Hershey and the Keegs right by her vagina. That baby would have shot right out.
Right out and just ran right away if possible. So
Congratulations, Uncle
so
Chris.
I would
Thank you.
say, God willing, that so that's it for the Oons family babies, though. That would be it.
Yeah,
say.
I would venture to say that my
Right.
brother-in-law, sister-in-law are done. My wife and I definitely done.
Right.
Because, I'm
well,
78 years
right,
old.
octogenarian. That's exactly right.
And my brother's done. So, yeah, we're all done.
You know
and
what?
all of our-
You guys, there's 4 gorgeous children, healthy, thank God. So let's raise a glass to the.
You can have one,
No, I'm good. I'm fine. I don't need to be.
We got a boy and a girl on my sister-in-law's house. I got 2 girls, and my brother on that side of my family, I got 2 boys there. So
Yeah.
in my little immediate family, there's 6
Yeah.
cousins.
There you go,
It's beautiful.
Montroni name alive.
It is good, and
My brother is.
Oh yeah.
that's certainly you mentioned about being thankful, and certainly that's kind of one of the reasons why we wanted you on, because obviously me, Mikey, and Tony are thankful for each other, and we love spending every week with each other. But you're one of our tight people, and you had mentioned that you had a show or two you wanted to promote. I said there's nothing better than having you on here for us to talk about what's going on for Thanksgiving, what you're appreciative of. If I had to ask you right now, what is the number one thing that you're appreciative of?
I would combine my family and health together.
Okay,
My
right.
wife, my children, and all of our health.
Okay. And what about the
Why? Because you got something else? I see the wheels turning.
what about the setup that I sent you 5 hours ago and made sure that I said, when I ask you what you're most appreciative of?
I haven't slept.
All right, let's
I didn't
do
get my
this
nap
again.
today. I know I got to look at it again.
I sent the text.
I'll do it after the next commercial break.
I said I'm gonna text you guys, and I'm gonna say which one of you guys want to say this line, and I'm gonna say, do you remember what the line is?
Nope.
No,
Nobody reads your text.
Amazing.
I think I read it. I was out late last night too. I went to a concert.
You were at
last
Dave
night.
Matthews Band.
Oh, not just Dave Matthews. All your favorites were there.
Hey, we always there?
No, they were not there.
Oh.
But Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats were there.
Oh,
I don't have it.
Nathaniel
Might
was
not
there.
come through on my phone.
Goose was there.
I didn't know Goose was gonna be
Warren
there.
Haynes, the Allman Brothers. Warren Haynes, you know Warren Haynes. Yeah.
How would I not know that?
But Goose and Nathaniel Rateliff.
Wow.
Oh, it was what a show. But Dave
So-
Matthews, it was a fundraiser.
How did
for
you get a ticket to this?
my-
You love Dave Matthews, right? Mark?
I love Dave Matthews.
I love Dave Matthews.
Wait a second. Was the garden sold out?
So completely sold out.
Completely
it was
sold
a
out.
fundraiser for the Hurricanes down in North Carolina.
Right.
Oh, Dave at the Carolina Hurricanes.
The Carolina- it was a fundraiser for the hockey
You're
team.
more than
They
welcome to have
Definitely,
more.
they could use it though. They
But
could
it was
use
completely sold out. My boss called me up at like 4 o'clock. He's like, "Hey,
Yeah.
listen, I got an extra ticket."
Did he
to
say
the,
4 o'clock just now?
I-
That's what he said.
4
Well,
o'clock.
Yeah,
Okay.
there were 4.
That's
of them.
why my wife's not watching right now with my 5-year-old.
I understand that. I apologize.
She goes, my wife goes, and she actually said this to me
Yeah.
before I left. Oh, can you give me the link? We're going to watch it on the TV. And I go, you can't watch it on the TV because Herschman and Keegan, you never
All
know
right,
what's going to
You
slip.
never know what's gonna happen.
He said
There's gonna
cock.
be-
I didn't say anything. I haven't cursed.
Yeah.
one
You haven't
time
cursed yet.
Yeah, I'm doing well.
You're doing well.
So you had a great time at the
Great
4 o'clock
time.
show.
Four
The
cocks.
You have a
Four
great
cocks
boss,
at,
by the way.
He's
Does
a great
ever
guy.
watch
He's a
or
great
no?
guy. He does. Yeah.
Yeah,
he
I'm
does.
just saying
He
the
does.
fact that like he'll be like, oh, I got 2 tickets to the Yankee game. You're gonna sit with Derek Jeter. Like
Yeah,
what?
Exactly.
Like
yeah, he
what
brought
kind
me
of?
to an Islander playoff game in the Dime Club last year. Like, he's
Dude.
a good dude.
Oh, dude, can you
Good dude.
hook me up? Give
Yeah,
me my number?
100%. Yeah.
That's amazing. So you had a good time last night.
Very good time. But I got home late. I got home like after 1 o'clock.
Oh,
in
your
the
eyes
morning
look a little
'cause,
bit-
Were you drinking a little bit?
No, I had one twisted tea while I was there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Just my boss bought it for me. But
When you're tired and you don't have a lot to drink the night before, you can kind of get through it. When you're tired and you've had a lot to
luckily
drink,
I didn't drink last night.
You had to work today.
I
You
had to
had
work
to-
today.
yeah,
And
okay.
we got on the train at like 11:52.
Wow.
And
Where you live, Belmore?
East Meadow.
So how long did it take you to get back?
It's 48 minutes back.
Well, that's not
So
terrible.
it's not too bad. But
you're-
I don't go to sleep right away when I get home.
No, you gotta unwind.
I'm all jazzed up from Dave
Right.
Matthews. You know,
That's right.
Right, in your head, you're just doing all the songs.
Exactly. What would you say?
That's why you don't sleep. Yeah.
He didn't do that song last night.
He didn't do it,
No.
but you did.
I
So
did.
that's all that
That's
matters.
good. That's
though.
all that counts.
That doesn't
That's
matter.
all we want to hear of it.
So you're thankful for Mikey. What are you thankful for, Michael?
I'm thankful just for the life I live. I have
Yeah,
great
you do have a
friends.
life.
I have great family. I
Yeah.
have a great job, and
Yeah.
what a podcast. This thing is
This
what
thing.
keeps me going.
It does keep you going.
It keeps me going. God
Yeah.
knows
It
where
keeps
I was,
Herschman going. I know
It
that.
certainly
That's
does.
the truth.
Dude, had nothing
Something
else.
does. Yeah.
Tony's always like, when they going to quit? I thought they would have quit like 3
Right.
shows in, and I'm stuck here.
I
Well, you
know.
guys have been on over a year now, right? 2 years?
2
Oh,
years
yeah.
plus.
Yeah,
Plus.
Tony thought this
Yeah.
thing was going to last 2 weeks, and that's why he signed on to it.
Well, Tony wasn't even signed on. It was originally Silly Sally was our producer for the
Right.
first 6 months.
The real Tony Walker.
Yeah.
Right.
You deal with them. And
Well, it
then
was interesting. There was 9 shows at the time on this station, and 8 had Tony as a producer, and we had Sally,
I know, right?
which we loved, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
We all love Sally.
Yeah,
Rest
and
in peace.
I think I told you that.
Rest
that
in
I'm pretty,
peace.
yeah,
she's
no, we
still-
do miss her.
she's still with us.
She was watching. I told you she did. I know for a fact that she watched part of the show because she had commented on something. So I was pretty. She actually commented that she loves going to Angela's Bra Boutique because they are perfect as far as fitting and.
Yeah, she
and-
does.
Yeah, not you.
No,
She
no,
does.
no,
Just-
Now, would they handle the larger-breasted women like my wife?
Well,
Like,
that's
she
what
needs
that
comfortable bras.
No, that's what this place specializes
And where are they?
in Farmingdale, right on Main Street in Farmingdale.
Too far.
That's what it's special. No, it's not
My wife,
too far.
she shops in Queens, and that's it.
No, but this is for the well-endowed woman, the woman who doesn't always have the best bra experience. Sometimes the underwire is a little bit tight. Sometimes it sticks in the back. There's a whole different thing.
No, I know. It's
a thing.
Yeah.
So Angela's Bra Boutique, the reputation is very strong in the industry.
I've only heard good things.
Yeah,
I've never shopped there myself, but
yeah. Well, you could shop there.
I just hang out there.
2 years ago, I could have.
Yeah. And not by setting up cameras there, honestly. But I think it's important that we touched on this a little bit last week, but how for you and I, it's only been 13, 14 years. For Monty, it's been 20-something years.
Comedy, 26 years.
I mean, I just think that it's important to acknowledge that this world of comedy has opened up a whole new life for us in the sense of relationships that we have each other and Monty and Haft and people that we really care about. Mm-hmm. It's really something that I'm appreciative of and I don't take for granted whatsoever. I really think it's wonderful. And certainly I feel like as I've gotten older and some relationships for me have changed, the mainstays over the past 14 years have been guys like you in my life, even if it's just texting or bullshitting or razzing each other every day. Yeah. I think that's pretty significant.
Yeah, we like to give each other the business.
A little zets here and there.
That's what we do.
A little zets.
The business.
A little zets. I think that's important. And, I was thinking about it today, and I don't know how you guys feel about this, but for me, I'm thankful, regardless of the path that my life has taken, and if there are certain people that I don't talk to anymore, but having memories with people, even if you don't talk, do you still value memories that you've had with people that are not in your life? You ever think about that?
I do, and it kind of, Facebook makes it easier because I could reach out to somebody that I haven't spoken to in a long time.
Facebook, what are you, 70?
I like the Facebook.
You don't like the TikTok?
No, Facebook's important.
I like the Facebook because it will. So a memory will spark, and I'm like, hey, we haven't spoken. Like I was at a Major Steakhouse the other night. I ran into a friend of mine that I haven't seen in probably over 20 years, and he was my best friend since elementary school.
And it was only good vibes, right?
It was only good vibes. He was there with his family. I was there with Richie Byrne.
Well, I sent Hirschman a video today of a guy screaming who was watching a horse race.
Oh my God!
And it's amazing. Something I know. Yeah. Like I sent that to 3 people.
Yeah.
You're one of them because I know you get it and whatever.
Who, and John the bartender?
No, I sent it to. Oh, that's at Belmont.
Yeah.
No, I should have sent it to him. That's Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
But I sent it to 2 of my high school buddies.
Yeah.
Who I used to be the general gambler with at Belmont.
Belmont. Yeah.
And one of them I haven't talked to in a couple years. Yeah. But we have each other's number, and he comes to shows once in a while. He texts me back like 20 minutes later, and he says, "Oh my God, bro, I'm laughing so hard. That brings back so many memories, And we don't even really get to talk to each other anymore.
It doesn't matter.
We were tight in high school, all through high school. We were close, and we always have those memories like that.
It's really something special, and the horse racing memory. So the video that Monty sent was basically of this really big, heavy-set dude who was going ballistic.
Watching. His horse was winning, and he's screaming.
And he's like yelling at the jockey.
They're like at a casino at the track or something.
Yeah, he's like at a horse book, something like that, and. We've lived that. We've watched that thousands of times, and sometimes it's even more comical than, like you had mentioned that James Dolce likes to watch the audience members more than he does
laugh
the
at the comics. He likes to watch.
So sometimes if you're at the track and you're watching a horse, you just watch the fucking
the people,
the detritus that's
my
around.
favorite story is, and I probably told this here before. I'm not sure if I have, but you might know it. But my buddy Chad, who's one of my guys, he doesn't gamble anymore. He stopped gambling, but he used to be with us all the time. And I don't know if we're at OTB or at the track, but we're watching it on the TV. And it's a bunch of people, right?
Yeah.
And there's all these degenerate horse players. And boom, bell rings and the horses come out. And then as soon as the horses come out, this old guy's down front. He's like, come on with that 4. All right? And the 4 was like the heavy favorite. And some big guy in the back goes, fuck the 4. and it was quiet for a second. And all of a sudden the old guy goes, fuck the guy who said fuck the 4. And it's like we still to this day bring that up.
Fuck the guy
like
who
that's
fucked the 4. Yeah,
it's so classic, man.
I love that.
You know,
the best.
You hear that, Olivia?
She knows.
The best part about it is
fuck
that
the guy that said fuck the guy.
it's usually the guys who are screaming the loudest with the most animated screams and whatnot. And you look at their ticket, it's like a $2 coin. Yeah, like the guys who are like heavy, they don't say a goddamn word because they can't.
Matter of fact, talking about great memories, you brought up meeting my wife at Saratoga for the first time. That day, we met John Santagata and we met Nick Santagata, former jockey that day.
I saw him this weekend. I
think you had, or John gave us a tip in the last race. Is that John's tip?
Yeah, and I left the track and I went home and I bet it over the phone.
No, you watched it with me.
Did we watch it?
That was a different day.
Oh, because I know that Santagata definitely hooked us up
right,
twice.
So Santagata, so Nick Santagata was a jockey, and his brother John, who I became friends with, was an agent, you know, for a while.
Yeah.
And now I think he's out of the business.
He's Asian?
Agent.
No, I still see him around though at the track. Though.
I haven't seen him in a long time. I should text him.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was down.
Yes.
You know, and then that race brought me. Yeah, I know. Not only brought me back to even, but brought me up like a few hundred, and it was like 90. Then my wife and I, you know, my future wife, my girlfriend at the time.
Yeah, you were only a few months in at that point. It was crazy.
At that point, I met her. I started dating her in January, and that was like August of that year.
Just a few. It was 6 months at the time.
It was a month and a half before I impregnated her, and we had to get married.
Oh man! And
no, she lost that one.
Oh God! No. And he doesn't want her to hear me talking. This guy.
Okay, she's not watching this,
but she will be because last time they watched it, I think we even like. Didn't we?
Her brother was watching, and
no, we FaceTimed like Chris was on it or something.
Chris
like that.
wasn't on the show, but you were at home. I think you called in and FaceTimed.
Yeah, they're watching the
that
replay.
But they're not watching it.
I think is this your third time? We've never had anyone more than twice on the show. I don't think.
I did the show to promote when we had Irwin on.
Oh right,
that was one.
Right.
I did a show before that.
Yeah,
when you first started.
Down as the greatest show in
That's two. Yeah, I think this is my fourth time.
Wow.
Is it really? Well, you're.
I think it might be my third.
I think it's your third.
You're like the Elvis of fucking Hershey and the Keegs show.
You're a very
I'm the
guest.
I'm the who was like the comic that was always on Letterman always.
Buddy Hackett was on Carson 120 something times. What Sandy told us a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. Okay. So and Norm Macdonald was on Letterman constantly. He was on a million times. He also had Regis Philbin on probably 100 something times. Letterman did.
And he had, but there was one comic from New York City.
Jay. What's his name? Every single year.
Al.
Yeah. He had Al
on. Yeah. Al
Lubell?
Yeah, he did it like 17 times or something like that. Everybody's like, oh my God. Yeah. You know, but that's all he did. Was that and like spots for free.
You're Al Lubell minus the notoriety and fame.
No, I have more notoriety. I just can't write. I'm not as funny as he is.
You know, it's interesting. One of the things that we talked about with Richie Byrne was a great guest, by the way.
He was.
Well, when you can hear him.
He was great. No, he was good.
If anybody wants that show to 16 minutes in.
No,
last week, the first 16 minutes were gold.
I love the fact that Richie, sometimes people will come on and they try to like big time us a little bit, I think. Richie is very honest and he's very humble. And
very humble.
One of the things I asked him, and I don't know if we
ever
ever asked.
He's an egotistical dick.
No, but he wasn't on the, he wasn't
not on the show.
He's not really.
Yeah.
When you see him in real life, he's a dick.
No,
believe me, he did a gig for me last week that was very humbling.
Oh, yeah.
He one of the things I touched on with him, and I don't think I ever asked you about this, but I asked him if at any point in his career he had heat on him, quote unquote, and he said he never really did. He said that there was one time when he was doing stand-up and he was on an off-Broadway show that was set to go on Broadway at about 1999, that was as close as he ever got to heat. Do you consider yourself like when you went to Montreal for that festival?
No, me the only time that I had a moment of that heat was 2 times was when I was the runner-up for Cash Cab.
Oh right,
yeah, that's right, yeah.
And then I was when I first met my wife when we were dating, I got on vinyl and they said that my role was going to be recurring on an HBO show that was produced by Martin Scorsese and Mick Jagger. I was like, okay, this is going to be great.
It's gonna be good,
And they shoot it in Brooklyn, and I live 20 minutes away in Queens.
Sure, yeah.
But other than that, that was my 2 biggest. Almost. Yeah.
So the time that you were on vinyl, you were also was that before or after Paul Blart Mall Cop and then Kevin James' show? Kevin James' show was later.
Around
I
the
think.
same.
No, yeah, it was around. I filmed.
It's after
I filmed Paul Blart in 2014.
Okay, so
and it came out in 2015.
Yep.
But then in probably 2016 is when I did vinyl.
2016. Okay.
16 or 17, right around there.
But was that like 17 was the year you did Kevin Can Wait, though, too, right? Was that the same year? Or was that after?
It might have been after that. It might have been 18 or 17.
I thought it was around the same time.
And the year I did Kevin Can Wait, that was I filmed that I think in February of that year. What, it was 17 maybe, and then I filmed one national TV commercial for eHarmony, not eHarmony.
Grinder.
Yeah.
No, E-Trade. What was the one? What's the one that Dennis Quaid is the spokesman for?
E-Trade, like
Esurance or something like that. Whatever it is, something like that.
That's a big one. Yeah.
Yeah, but they scrapped. No, it was a national commercial. It was big.
They scrapped it.
They scrapped it. It never even went on the air.
God
and they
damn
paid
it.
me a ton of money.
Yeah.
Before that for the internet deal and all that, which I can keep. But when my agent was like, "Oh, when this drops, you're gonna make first year you make $150,000."
Wow.
I'm like, "Really?" He goes, "Yep." He goes, and then they'll re-up and we'll make 75 next year, and then if they want to do a sequel of them, we'll do more. And I was like, "Oh my God, it's amazing!" And then they decided, we're not going with the silly commercial route. We're going to go with Dennis Quaid to be the spokesman.
Right. Dennis Quaid or Chris Monty. It was a close argument.
You hate Ben Bailey and Dennis Quaid.
I don't hate Ben Bailey.
No.
Ben Bailey's
a good dude.
He's a good dude. He's good on the show.
Yeah.
I was charactery, and he's like just straightforward kind of personality.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah.
But no, I don't hate him at all.
No.
Good. I listen. I don't get mad at anybody for their success.
No.
Yes.
I'm not jealous at all.
And you're not jealous, and it's not your personality. And I know we talk all the time, and you're still going out for auditions, and you're still going into the city, you're still doing your thing. So you would say that you still consider yourself to have a chance to have some heat.
Anything can happen. Listen, especially now with the internet.
Yeah.
Even you guys with the TikTok videos. I watch them all the time. I follow you guys. I see the clips that come up.
Yeah.
Something can, you know how it is. Something in an
It
instant can
takes
spark.
one of those videos.
Look at Vic DiPietato's career. The guy was doing comedy 25 years.
Right.
Was a legendary guy in the tri-state, just among the unknown world, but in firehouses and clubs and stuff. He was a killer.
Yeah.
And then one video hits.
One video, he takes one of your bits, puts it on a video.
No, he didn't take my bit. It's it's comparative writing or whatever it is.
Right, of course it is.
But same thing with Rodea. Made himself famous through social media.
Yeah.
That's all it takes. So anybody has a shot.
That's what it is. And it takes that one video, and guys like you who have the chops at 26 years of doing comedy.
Yeah.
Once that hits, you know.
So do you consider...
We could do an hour without 18 openers.
100%, exactly.
Now, one of the things, and I don't know about you, Mike, but I was intrigued by Richie's answer to this, where I had asked him about the feeling that you get, that high that you get when you leave an audience and you've killed, and you've killed. And Richie said that he does not have the same type of feeling that he used to get from that feeling. Do you still get that thrill when you go ahead and you crush?
You talking to him?
No,
I'm talking to you.
Because I think before he answers, I think Monty's answer will be a lot different than Richie's.
All right,
no,
totally different.
It's the same.
Yeah,
as
really?
Richie's. I mean, for me, it depends a lot on where I am before, emotionally, where I am before.
Interesting.
And where I'm going after emotionally, because if I'm in a good place, and not that I'm in a bad place ever, but if you're a little bit like, oh, this didn't go right and whatever, then you go do the show. It's work. It's a job.
Yeah.
I had, like this weekend, this past weekend, I had 2 phenomenal shows. But emotionally, I was just tired. I was on the. I hadn't been.
And you're driving like Richie's
I hadn't.
Really driving.
Yeah,
I
hadn't slept out since like the summer. Like I basically was so blessed this whole fall where I was doing a lot of shows, but I was sleeping home every night.
Day gigs, night gigs.
Yeah, and I'm getting up with my kids every day, and now you get, and you miss your kids when you're not with them, even if it's one night. You go, oh my God, you go, I can't wait to get there and get to the hotel and not have my family. And then you wake up and you go, wow, I'm depressed because I don't have my family next to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I had 2 great shows last weekend, and it was good. It was good, but I wasn't like on cloud 9. Like, I remember leaving the brokerage, in 2004. And just having a Thursday night set on Rich Walker's show or Peter Bales' show, and doing a 10-minute set and annihilating, and everybody leaving. Oh my God, you're great.
Yeah.
And you just drive home and you go, we gotta go out. Let's go to the bar. We gotta go out. We can't go home. You know, you're on high. You're high. Now it's just like,
but yeah,
that's surprising
also,
to me.
I pretty much after 25 years, you're like, that's what I was supposed to do. You know,
exactly. I just want to get my check and go. Is there a back way out, or do I got to walk through the crowd? Because I don't want to shake hands with anybody, even though I like the people, but I just want to get in my car and go home.
Yeah.
So that led to another thing we were talking about with Richie, which is why is it then that these comics who are established, who are multimillionaires, someone like a Robert Klein doesn't need to still be doing stand-up at 70-something years old, or Seinfeld?
Because comics don't retire.
But so explain to me then, if you're to a position that you're financially set, then why is it that you don't have that feeling anymore? Why are you still going?
You become creatures of habit, and it's creatures of creativity, and you don't want to just shrivel up and not be. There's an ego. Everybody has an ego.
You know, Jerry Seinfeld sitting at home and he's like, I thought of these 5 new minutes. I'm going to go to Gotham right now.
Right. Jerry doesn't need to work, but he loves the. You remember Peter Bales ever say it's a drug.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what I'm getting at.
Drug. Yeah, you're addicted to the drug, but it doesn't always. Listen, the longer you do it, the longer you do the drug or the alcohol. Yeah, it doesn't affect you the same way it used to affect you because you become immune to it. So now you need a little bit more of it, Right. And then some nights, I'll get up in front of a big crazy thing, 3,000 people, and maybe I'll have a great set, and then maybe after that set, somebody famous was in the audience or something, or somebody I admired will come up to me and say, "Oh my God, you're great," and then you get that high back. You're like, So that's all it is. It's just you become immune to it, but it's your business, and you're a creature of habit. Like I'm a creature of habit. I get up. I do my regular routine at home. My daughter naps. I nap with her. Before a show, I tell my wife, listen, I got a show tonight. I was watching the kids all day. I know that you work too, but I need like a half an hour or an hour to lay down because I got to drive and to do a show and then drive back so I can get up in the morning with the kids. So I have my routine, and that's what I think it is with comedians. You have your routine. And Robert Klein doesn't want to quit because he can't quit.
Yeah.
Can't quit. All right, hold that note. I'm going to go ahead and I have a follow-up question to that. We're going to do our second set of advertisements. Try to fucking keep quiet, all right, both of you.
It's called a cliffhanger.
You guys can drink and kiss, whatever you want to do.
We might be making out when you get back.
Yeah,
that's
so
right.
We're going to continue our second set of advertisements. We're going to start with the Minuteman Sewer and Drain, Minuteman Plumbing and Heating. Call 1-800-287-1772 for 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week service, and ask for my friend Bill. American Restoration Solutions. When disaster strikes, they'll guide you to recovery. Call 516-662-9377 and ask for Senior Account Manager Keith Dunn. New View Construction, established in 2007, they're the people to call for the finest craftsmanship and all of your general contracting needs. Call 516-924-5627 and do it with confidence. We have Sip and Serve waitress and bartending service. Elevate your next private party with Sip and Serve Squad. Their awesome bar and waitstaff will ensure your event will be unforgettable. Book now and let them handle the details while you enjoy the celebration. Call Jen at 516-528-6783. And for the first time this week, our brand new sponsor.
A new sponsor?
New sponsor.
The Minuteman.
New York State licensed real estate person, Diane Keegan.
Oh, my goodness.
From All Island Estates Realty Corporation.
Wait, that's my last name.
Yeah, same last name. Yeah. You can call Diane directly at 516-458-1864 or email her at diane@allislandestates.com.
Beautiful lady.
If you're looking to rent, sell, or buy, make Diane your first call. There's that beautiful lady, our friend Diane Keegan. Congratulations and welcome to the sponsorship of Herschy and the Keegs Show. And thank you to all of our sponsors. Make sure that when you contact them, you let them know that you heard about us from Herschy and the Keegs Show. Okay?
Make sure you call Diane so there's more money in the will when I'm...
Wait, you got to say something like...
So I don't have to work after I'm 60.
You guys got to get to the point where you're like, just put Herschy and Keegs for your discount in the promo.
Boom. Exactly. We are appreciative of the sponsors. A question that we talked about last week as well. So tomorrow you wake up, you find out that you hit Mega Millions. You're set for life. You don't ever have to do anything again. Whatever the case may be.
I played it tonight. That's why.
Richie's answer was...
I'd still work.
You still work.
I would do what I want to do.
Yeah.
Like I'm not taking a 3-hour, 4-hour drive to Pennsylvania on a Thursday night to whatever.
You're cherry picking.
This show would be promoted higher to a higher level.
This show would be on Sirius XM.
I am in the season of giving. I am a giving guy. I would give to my friends. I would take care of my friends.
Yes, you would.
And what I would do is, I would want to do a show. And I would use my friends. I would cast my friends and make sure my friends would be a part of it.
Yeah.
I have a great show that I wrote. I don't have a title for it yet, but I wrote it about 10 years ago. I have the pilot written out, and it's about the life of a gambler who got pinched for not paying taxes and winning money and running a legal book out of the back of a bar.
So it's an autobiography.
Yeah, it's an autobiography. You're in it, actually. There is a part for you. You're John in the thing. You're my guy who doesn't know I quit, and I'm back on the streets, and you kind of like give me tips because you work at the track.
Well, that's basically
But anyway,
accurate. Yeah.
I would totally and then I would just promote what I want to promote and do what I want to do.
I love that.
You know what I mean? And then my wife would not have to work anymore because that's my main goal. Is that she's like done. She's like, the curriculums are getting crazy with teaching. She's a school teacher. She's like, you know what? Just make it big or do something so I don't have to work anymore. And I'm like, I'll make that happen, babe.
I'm playing the lottery.
Not just lotto. I mean, anything. A viral video or
you know
whatever.
what? And you're still out there and you're plugging away. And like you said, we don't know what's going to happen. But I believe that good things happen to good people eventually. And, you know, it happened for Roach. Roach was on the road for a long time. And he got Kevin Can Wait. And he got
He didn't get that from the road. He got that from being home.
But I'm just saying, though.
I'll tell you, there's not a club I work at in this country where everybody's like, oh, yeah, Chris Monty. Everybody knows Chris Monty.
No.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
Yeah.
Well, you work the small B rooms.
I mean, I don't work the greatest clubs in the country.
Yeah.
But I do firehouses in
Thank you.
No.
That's hey, listen, I'm the king of the firehouse and the Knights of Columbus. Let me tell you.
Those are the best rooms,
I was doing an Elks in Levittown, Pennsylvania.
The bottom line is this. Do you make a living? Are you happy when you lay your head on your pillow at night? Are you happy with yourself?
Yeah.
And that's the bottom line. This business, it's a grain of sand on the beach to be a Jerry Seinfeld or a Ray Romano or or Dave Matthews, who you just saw. Whoever it is,
beautiful
in
man.
any field, it is. It's so. I would never be too big of a guy when I got big, or if I became a millionaire overnight, or for some reason.
Yeah.
But I would, no matter what I would have, I would share it with the people I love, and meaning.
Yeah.
Because you guys, believe it or not, I got my family.
Yeah.
But I'm actually, my first, it's like 1 and 1A.
Yeah.
You know, there's one at home in my house.
Yeah.
Right.
And then, but 1A is very close, is the comedy community and my guys. Because you guys are all the guys that we're in the trenches together.
We're in the trenches.
You know, we're hanging. No, we are. You know,
yeah.
You know, and how many?
I once saw Mike in a trench.
In a trench, yeah, exactly.
Like, what's he doing in there?
Why
He's
are we
soaking
why
wet.
are we in these together? We were in the same trench.
My
We were
wife
together.
will always say to me, she goes, I never met a guy who had so many best friends. I go, what are you talking about? She goes, I had never heard that guy's name. And then it came up, and I met him, and you go, oh, he's one of my best friends. I go, well, 20 years
my
ago,
God,
we
Carlos
started
said the
together.
same thing.
I go, and we never, doesn't matter, like you said, like you just saw somebody you haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah.
You pick up where you left off,
Yeah.
especially with comedians, man.
Carlos says the same thing. Whenever I'm like, oh, Herschman, one of my best friends, Monty, Roach, Ziegler, all my best friends, and Tony Walker, one of my best friends. She's like, how many best friends do you have?
You don't have to say that.
He's
now.
right
He doesn't
there,
know.
for God's
Just say
sakes.
it. He doesn't.
Don't worry,
care.
nobody heard it.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He doesn't. Dude, I'm very happy to say that since we started, we've seen increase. We really have. I'm not
In what?
kidding.
Viewership?
Yeah, we
That's
have.
'cause, you know,
What?
because
what?
I put it on loop all day.
I'm not.
It's all Monty and my mom. It's all
No.
from the same stream.
No. There are episodes where in the
People
multiple
recognize
thousand.
us.
Yeah, we get recognized. We definitely do. I don't know why you're mocking us.
I'm
for.
not mocking.
I don't know why.
Listen, you broke my balls for the first 8 minutes of the show. I
was
can't give it
trying
back
to make
you.
a point. I was trying to make a point.
That's fine.
All
That's
I'm
not gonna be
saying
hashed.
But for real, like we were saying though, like
I know you guys have viewership.
You-
Why do you think
Thank
I'm doing this show?
Thank you.
I might sell 2 tickets for Wednesday night now.
Oh, that's true.
you were
two
the
more than you
guys
had.
that I started with, and
Yes.
we're always the greatest to me when I first started. And how many nights have we had awesome nights in the green room, busting each other's chops,
the best,
and treating each other like shit.
The best,
because that's
what it's about.
That's what you do, man.
That's it. That's
And
that.
I'm thankful for
I
that.
think these friendships are invaluable. I think that to be that person, and Stacy does the same thing. Like, I don't even know who you're talking about, but you're saying this is one of your closest friends from high school.
Right.
I think it's a testament to
I
the
think
kind
it's
of people
also
we are.
guys. Like guys,
Maybe, yeah.
you know, women recycle friends all the time, and
Yeah.
it's, you know, it's in and out. You know, until
Yeah.
you get older, I think. But with guys,
Yeah.
even if it's a dude, like I met a guy that I had a fight with in high school.
Yeah.
And we met like 20, 30 years later. And
Yeah.
we were like, oh, what's up, bro? And I'm like, yo, sorry about that bullshit back in high school. He's like, dude, don't worry about that. You know, we were
Dude,
young,
I've only
stupid.
thought about it every day for 22 years, and I wish you death since 1989. But hey, how you doing?
As he takes the bullets out of his gun, he's like, no.
Exactly. You know, I think it's important that last week we had an agenda and we just got so knee deep in Richie. But from the sake,
How do you get knee deep in
God.
Richie?
knee deep. We did get knee deep with
Yeah,
Richie.
no, we did.
He kind of caught me off guard. Like, we really hit a stride there. We haven't done that yet with Monty. But
And then my fourth time.
Maybe the fifth time.
no, but I think that there's a couple of things current event wise that I don't want to, because we're not doing a show. Are we doing a show next week? We are, right?
We are yes.
Not.
No,
should.
We're not
I
next
don't
week,
know,
right,
are we?
Tone?
December
Are the studios
2nd,
closed?
man.
No,
December
it's-
3rd.
I
No,
think
we
it's next week you're on. It's a week after Mike said
Yeah.
he had a gig.
But I
Yeah,
wanted to
December-
I
say
can sit in for Mike.
there's
December
something
10th, I
Yeah.
can't do, but yeah,
I'll
Monty
come
can
back
sit
and
in.
co-host with you.
Hershey and the Mont,
for which
Montroni and the Hirsch.
Oh, next week we're
Oh, the
having
10th?
next week
I
we're
I
having
can make it back.
we're
I'm in
having
Hamptons.
we're having Billy Mira on next
Oh
week.
yeah, Billy Muir is going to be.
Billy
here
Mira's on next
Billy
week,
Muir,
yeah.
right?
I love Billy Mira.
Yeah, he's terrific.
That's
I
gonna
ran
be
into
awesome.
him at the zoo in Brooklyn
Oh, really?
2 summers ago. My wife and I went with Olivia, and all of a sudden I turn around and who's behind me online to go into some exhibit? Billy Mira, and he's like, "Hey, how you doing? Hey, Monty shit, whatever."
Wait, does he have little kids also or no?
He was just there looking at
He was there
kids.
by himself. Yeah, that's creepy because I don't think Billy has any kids.
Oh,
He was there with some, but maybe he was banging a broad that had kids. I don't know what it was, but he was there.
honestly, then he's perfect for our show. Then
Yeah, exactly.
No, he's
the
great.
show.
I love
Billy
Billy
Muir
Mira.
is the best- one of
and
the
his
most
little Rat
talented
Pack
guys
show
ever.
he's got
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Sal Governale.
So
right?
Billy and Sal have a show coming up at McGuire's, I think, in a couple of weeks. So he's going to come on
They're
and
doing
promote
that
it.
show at McGuire's?
Yeah,
I think they're
It's a
doing.
theater show.
I know.
Well, it's a yearly thing they do.
I told them, make me the
Yeah.
comic on it. What are you doing?
No, they sing Christmas songs, I think, or something.
They
like
have it
that.
all year long. They do different songs.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Billy's coming on to promote the show. We're gonna have. We never had him on before.
Billy's great. Tell him
So-
to do an impression of Tony Landolfi. The best impression he
Oh, I
does.
love
Really?
it.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, I'll do that.
Yeah.
But
You got to show like a clip of Tony Landolfi and then let him do it.
Yeah.
I love that. All right, you got it. But the Mike and I, one of the things that we've laughed about for, and we've actually, people on social media, I think it was YouTube, ripped us apart for this. Like, have you ever heard these commercials on WFAN about this
God.
Dr. Paduke, the guy
Yeah.
who
Darius Paduke.
Darius
Darius
Paduke,
Paduke.
yeah. So he basically the other day came down. I don't know if you guys saw this, but he was sentenced to life in prison for the infractions that he did of multiple hundred penile touches or whatever he was doing. Right? Yeah.
Mark, you'd be doing like 8 life sentences.
I would be in a chair, but I think it's crazy to me that like they went ahead and said, all right, as your punishment, we're gonna send you to prison. Okay, like you know what I mean? Like
We're gonna lock you up with Diddy. That's
yeah. So I pictured it like this, kind of
He's
like
in the Epstein wing.
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
like almost. I'm thinking of the scene in Shawshank when it's like fresh fish,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the guy's crying. Like, just picture Paduke going in there and like you're like, what are you going to be yelling to me? Like, and I'm Paduke and you're the prison one of the prisoners.
like, oh, I'm gonna bend you over in the shower there, Paduke.
Really?
That's it.
Really? When?
No, it's gonna be no. It's supposed to be bad. It's gonna be bad. You're not gonna like it.
No, I'm gonna like it. When's it gonna be? Today?
No, I'm gonna do it like really rough,
Well, how rough?
like super rough.
Like where?
Like it's gonna hurt, and you're gonna
Bad? Am I tushy?
yeah, and you
My
twist-
tushy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you scared?
No, I'm excited.
Jesus Christ, Darius Paduke.
I mean, like what?
What can you do to this guy?
What are
He's
you
not
gonna possibly? It's like we're not gonna let you get to the penises. That would be the
Yeah,
punishment for
exactly.
him. Like you're not gonna be allowed to be with
You know
these
what-
guys.
You know what I loved? That I was reading. Not that I loved it. But,
Yes, you did.
You know what I loved? The whole thing. Oh my god. No,
This part of the show I'm editing out so Olivia
I
can't
read
see.
the D'Agostino Law Group was the people that
Law bites back, whatever he says.
That guy, he's like, I'm from the streets. No, you're not.
No, you're not.
I read
that shit.
several times.
And what's law bite back? What does that mean?
I don't even know what that means.
I thought he said law fight back.
Fight
And then
back?
That makes sense.
And then I heard it was like law bite back. I go,
I don't know what that
What are
means.
you talking
He
about?
wants
Like
to bite
Marv
back?
Albert, bite the back of the neck?
Exactly.
No,
With
Darius
Darius
You're gonna bite me
Perdue?
back, Darius.
Where are you gonna bite me?
Where you gonna bite me?
Bite me.
Left cheek, left cheek.
But I read the whole thing of like everything.
The whole thing.
Several times. Like
Yeah,
everything that
over
they
and
said
over
he did.
again.
What he would do all the time.
Read it slow. Read it
Was
slow.
when he was doing like the prostate exams, he wouldn't put on a
Who,
glove.
Perdue?
Perdue. He wouldn't put on a glove.
So he was just finger blasting people's anuses,
Yeah,
just like that.
But like also thinking like you would have a problem if you knew the guy didn't have a glove. So was he going like make the sound effects like he did put on a glove?
No, it probably was on the other hand.
Yeah, that's right, exactly.
Oh,
he
Doc?
put his glove on the left.
Doc,
Yeah,
that doesn't feel like you have a
that
glove
was really
on,
quick
Doc.
of you to think of that, Chris.
Well,
Were people saying like
I was an intern at Paduke's office.
Why do I feel like just a fingernail? He's like, oh no, that's just the glove.
That's the
You
guy
don't
with these weird
understand that.
gloves, you know.
This guy is going away for life in
life.
prison.
For good.
Yeah,
No,
for
good,
life.
exactly, good.
But I'm just saying, it might be like going away to fucking
Yeah.
heaven for him.
A camp.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
A retreat camp.
So
It's
Dr.
like,
Perdue.
it's like, Monty, you've been a terrible drinker. We're sending you to the Jack Daniels distillery for life.
Hold on one second. You guys take over. My mother's calling me. Hang on one second.
Your mother's calling
What's
you.
the matter, Mom?
Barbie dolls on the phone.
Live on the air, we have Mrs. Hirschman.
All right, Mom. I'm doing my show. Can I call you back after?
Oh, my
I'm in the
God.
middle of my show.
So
Hey,
we
Bobby
have a
Doll.
comment on Facebook.
Oh, boy.
Let
All right,
Chris know his
I'll
favorite
call you
singer
back,
says
okay?
hi.
All right, bye.
Billy Mira.
No.
There's a cricket in Barbara's bathroom.
Oh,
That's
God.
The
what's going
cricket?
on. Yeah.
My favorite singer. I have so many favorite singers.
Joe Scarangelo.
Oh, Joe Scarangelo. That is my favorite
Joe.
singer. So on Saturday night, I was at the Leisure Knolls in Manchester, New Jersey,
Oh,
where
wow.
it's a gated community where my friend Joe Scarangelo lives, and I performed with him many times there and other places, and he hired me to come in, and I had Joe Pontillo and Matt Burke.
What a show.
Open up for me.
Oh, my, what a
Shit.
show.
And Matt Burke, walked in shitting his pants because 55 and over community, and Matt's a little
Very dark.
sketchy.
Yeah.
I go, Matt, just there's nothing you're gonna say that they don't think about or know and everything. And it was a great show. And thank you, Joe. Thanks for watching. Happy Thanksgiving.
Sinatra?
What?
Joe Scarangelo? Does he do Sinatra?
He does Sinatra. He does everybody. He
I
does
don't
everybody.
understand.
Dave Matthews.
And then
He
he
does
does
Dave
Dave
Matthews.
Matthews. He does Goose and Nathaniel Ratliff.
Listen, Joe, this is a bottle that you put in the dressing room. Not the one you gave me. Joe gave me like an airplane bottle of bourbon.
I don't understand. I was talking about with Burke recently about doing a gig. He's like, oh, I'm not ready to. Like, Matt Burke is one of the single best stand-up comedians I have ever seen, period. Ever.
Now,
Like,
you asked me earlier, do you get nervous? Do you get high when it's a good crowd, when it's a
Yeah.
good show, and whatever? So there are guys, and I tend to see with a lot of guys, and it's mostly more of what we would consider like the genius guys that we kind of like, and they're a little bit off.
like the Keith Anthonys and the Matt Burke.
The
you
Keith
mean?
Anthonys and the Matt Burkes,
Yeah.
guys that we love, comics love.
Yes.
And audiences like them too.
Yes.
But they can be hit or miss because they challenge the audience.
Right.
To
Okay.
think.
Gotcha.
And those guys seem to sabotage themselves more personally, going into a set and whatever.
definitely.
And I saw Matt, a little nervous and whatever. And I'm like, Matt, you're gonna be fine, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you just do. I said, here's what I said to him. I said, do your safest 20 minutes, whatever. And he opens up with, there's a nuclear war coming, right? And he opens up with that. And I'm in the back, and the audience is like, and I'm like, holy shit. But you know what? He pulled it off.
And he murdered.
And they loved him. And they loved
Murdered.
him, So
'Cause those guys are the risk takers. And
they're the risk takers.
Yeah.
Listen, I get paid to do a show. This is my living. I got a mortgage. I got kids.
Yeah.
I have stuff. I'm never going to be, my comedy is never going to be challenging to the point of I'm not
No.
going to politically or socially challenge the audience.
It's not your thing. Not
And
your
it's
bag.
not my thing. And
Yeah.
also, they're watching that crap all day long. They're hearing
Right.
it all day long. They want to
Right.
come to the club and forget about that for a minute and talk about
Yeah.
life. You're self-deprecating and autobiographical. I'm the same way. You're the same way. We talk about our wife, our kids, and
blah, blah,
whatever
blah.
pisses us off. Whatever.
Yeah.
We're a little bit like, on the forefront of bitching about what's going on in the world because the world's changing and we're bitching about it. But,
But
we're not going to challenge them with some kind of foreign war thing
foreign war
or whatever. Like
policies.
Burke is going to get into something like they might not have heard about yet.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's got a brilliant 10 minutes on it, but they don't get it because they haven't read it yet.
Yeah, they don't know about the Turks versus the.
He did that joke.
It's so
Did he
good.
really?
Yeah, you go into any Greek restaurant and bitch about the Turks, they loved it.
Yeah, they loved it. And did he do his when he walking past someone?
No, he didn't do the touching the fat. He didn't do that
Oh my
one.
God, it's so good. Yeah, he's brilliant. I always find it funny when people who are lifers. I think I saw Tim Gage do this. This is a few years ago. I was on a show with him, and he was like, looked like he was nauseous, like before the show. I'm like, you're a killer, Tim Gage. Like, what are you?
No, but they don't think of themselves like that. Rich Walker too, even though he's not a killer. He no, but he almost throws up before. He's always ever hear right before a set. If you listen to Rich, he's like, he's coughing hard.
Yeah.
And I go, "What's up?" He goes, "I'm going on," And he's like, they get themselves. But you know what? It's good to still have that energy and to have that
guess it
nervousness.
is. Yes,
Whereas
it
I'm
is.
like,
Yeah.
But
you're usually three pints in though at that point.
I'm
too.
at least three or four drinks in.
Yeah.
But you know what? Still,
But you're also, and I've said this to other comics. You're a
functional alcohol.
No, but you're as polished as any comedian. You and Star, I've always said, same act. Obviously, you guys steal jokes from each other. But
Kids call it the Riz.
No, but
You got
it's
the
like
Riz.
it's like a well-oiled machine. Like you just go ahead and hit the button, and then you go. It's a very polished.
Well, it also comes with a lot of work.
Well, no, obviously, I think that 20-something years in,
But working like 4 or 5 nights, 6 nights a week helps you with that. When you like Matt, he hadn't done a set in a while.
Yeah.
And I understand that. Even as long as he's been doing comedy, and when I started, Matt was around already. So I'm 26 years in. He's probably 30.
Right,
but he's not working 6 nights a week.
But you haven't. There hasn't been a stretch where you haven't done comedy for more than a couple of days in years. I mean,
no, I get those stretches, like
No, not a week. You've never done multiple weeks without doing stand up in 20 and 15 years.
Not multiple
probably.
weeks, no. But I'll have like I'll get like a whole run. Like I just had a whole run of October and November where I worked so much, right?
Yeah.
And then now I'm working Wednesday night. Chris Monty and Friendsgiving, as they're calling it here at Governor's.
I love
it.
In
the main room, right?
In Levittown, in the main room. So please come out 8 o'clock, night before Thanksgiving. We're going to have a good time.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that show. I'm working Friday and Saturday after Thanksgiving. And then I'm off to the following Thursday, which for me, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And I'm like, oh, it's great. I can start to decorate, Christmas with the kids in the house.
Yeah.
We get a real tree. We're not going to get it yet.
Yeah.
But by Tuesday night, I'm ready to go back out and do I'm done. I had 3 days off in a row, and I'm good now.
But what's interesting is that you have those days planned off, but the chance of you actually being off all those days is probably not legit. Like you'll probably pick up a spot
or an audition or something,
right? Yeah.
Like this weekend coming up, I have nothing, and I'm like freaking out. Like it's because I feel like luckily Eric Half called me, and tomorrow night I'll be at the Engelman Theater in North.
What about the weekend after
Nothing on the weekend after Thanksgiving. Friday, Saturday, I'm off.
But
which is good though because I work every single weekend, so it's not
But maybe Wednesday you'll pop in, do a spot
Wednesday I'm
here,
gonna pop
possibly.
in here, but I'm at least just gonna hang out and watch the show. But
yeah.
Tuesday night I'll tomorrow night I have a show and
Thanksgiving Eve shows are usually fantastic audiences.
Yeah, because you got people back in, kids are in from town, and people are has family, and they just want to hang out.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll be good. It used to be a big night out, but things are changing. I
remember when I was in college. I mean, that was the night.
That was the night when you were in college. Thanksgiving night Eve was the night before was the night. I mean, you go to all the bars with jumping with live music and.
Oh my God, we go to R.C. Dugan.
But you can get drunk, throw up, go to sleep, wake up. Your mother had the dinner on the table.
Exactly,
But now I gotta,
right.
You gotta get up and be with your kids, and
you
then
eat,
have
sleep,
company
get
coming
drunk
over.
and throw up. You have to clean it up and make the.
And listen,
tomorrow.
I am up clockwork at 8:55 a.m. latest on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
To watch March of the Wooden Soldiers at 9 a.m. on Channel 11.
Yeah.
I don't miss it.
8:50. You up that early?
Starts at 9 a.m. I know it's not. What time you wake up on Thanksgiving?
I'm up every day at 6 o'clock, 6:30.
Mark doesn't sleep.
I'm
You're
not a
neurotic,
good sleeper.
though.
Yeah.
He's a maniac. He doesn't sleep.
The other thing that I wanted to touch on, I don't know how we missed it, but I don't want it to go too many weeks. Can we talk about how much we love Mike Tyson's butt cheeks?
Oh, my
That's
God.
important.
Did you see that?
guy-
That was the worst fight. I mean, why are they doing that?
Yeah, it was the worst. It was
It
embarrassing.
was sad, but it
such a
didn't matter
waste of
because the
time.
women's fight was amazing. The women.
I didn't see the fight. I was
Oh,
doing a
my
show
God.
that night, and I was on stage and in the bar. I was at a private club. They had a bar room with the big screen TV in the fight. And before the show started, everybody's in there. And then they went into the showroom, and I said to myself, shit, when I get on stage, it's going to be 9:30, 10 o'clock, and all the guys, and it was packed.
Yeah.
They're going to be like antsy because they go, I don't want to miss the Tyson fight. Like it's 1988.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was on stage, and I wrapped up my show around 10:15 at that point. And that Tyson fight didn't start till 11:15, 11:30, right?
Oh, it started at 11:45.
11:45.
Yeah.
So I was in Queens. I was about 20 minutes west of where I live.
Yeah.
So I'm on stage. It's 10:10. I'm wrapping up, and I see the guys are antsy, and I go, guys, relax. I go, the pre-fight is still on before the Tyson fight. Then there's a break. I go, he ain't coming on till midnight or 11:45.
Right. They still gotta
I go,
flash his
you
butt
got
cheeks.
time. I go, it's 10:15. You have an hour and change. I go, and on top of that, this is in 1987. What are you expecting to see?
You're not going to see prime Mike Tyson.
And I just remember our friend Brian Kennedy texting us and saying, I can't wait for the Tyson fight. And Marcus going, he's the biggest piece of shit never walked the earth. Why you care about this guy?
I fucking couldn't stand him.
And I
Lose, he'll
understand.
lose.
I played it totally wrong because I
I got home in time to watch the whole fight.
Well, I was doing a show in Connecticut and I left before the women's fight just so I could be home by the Tyson fight. I get home, I missed the entire women's fight, and then
But you had your own fight.
I had my own fight.
Doing-
Exactly.
doing
They
call.
didn't call it a fight. Yeah, because Trump just
And now-
won.
and that was a woman's fight.
That was
Two women.
basically, yeah. Yeah. The
Can we
women's
talk
tougher.
about those tushies though? That
Oh,
tushy.
that
I
Mike
didn't see the
Tyson
women's fight.
tushy.
I missed it.
No,
Oh, my
not
God.
the women's tushy. Mike Tyson.
And then now the crooked TikTok thing is all the guys saying about how early on in the fight Tyson hit him.
It's all bullshit.
Right, and
It's
then
all
he
bullshit.
leaned in
You
and he was
did
like,
see-
"Stop
Yeah.
hitting me."
You did see where he was about to get him with an uppercut and kind of.
Yeah, it's all
I don't-
bullshit.
No, listen, you got a 58-year-old man
Yeah.
against a
With a nice
27-year-old.
ass, though.
Right,
I
a
mean-
27-year-old man who couldn't knock out Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
That's right.
And the best meme ever was the next day when somebody texted me, Jake Paul just challenged Jimmy Carter to a fight.
Well, Jake Paul did come out and say, by the way, that he was carrying Tyson after the fourth round, that he could have knocked him out, but out of respect, he didn't want to knock him out.
Knock
But-
him out!
Yeah.
But still, it takes you 3 rounds to with a 58-year-old man to show any kind of.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But
Listen,
still.
Tyson didn't have longevity when he was young.
That's
If
right.
he didn't knock you out after 4 or 5
Right.
rounds, that's how
There-
Buster
there
Douglas
were
got
fights
him.
where I went to the bathroom, but right before the fight started, I get
Yeah.
back and the
Spinks.
fight's over. Yeah, Spinks.
Yeah.
I was
But
adjusting my
that's
antenna on the TV for that one and
And that
knocked him out.
tushy. That tushy.
That big black. Oh my.
All right. On that note,
All right, on that note.
here we are, 1 hour in. Thank you for coming this week.
We're
You've
only
been a
going to do
great
2
guest.
hours tonight.
You've been a great. No, we're gonna wrap it up. I got to go
I
kill
know.
a cricket at my mother's house now. Apparently,
Cricket's a good luck.
Yeah, well, she gets them all the goddamn
They're
time,
good luck.
and it's always at 10:30 at night.
Tell her to
so
go play
here
the
we go.
Powerball before 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm sure my mother will be doing that. She'll wheelchair over to the fucking the delicatessen. Go ahead and promote what you're going to promote again before we wrap up the show, bud.
Wednesday night, right here. This Wednesday, the 27th of November, Governor's, the main room, Chris Monty and Friends Giving is what they're calling it. But Chris Monty and Friends, it's a comedy show. Come out and see us, 8 o'clock, before all the bullshit starts.
I'm gonna be in the building. Maybe
Hopefully
I'll do a
he'll
spot,
get on
maybe
stage.
not,
He'll get on
but I'll-
stage.
I will be in the building.
Hershey, you coming to hang or no?
I'll be here. Yeah, I'll be here.
Yeah, that means no.
Yeah.
I'll be here. So
There
we
you
wanna-
go. Thank you, Tony, for putting it up.
And we want to promote a couple of things that Mikey and I want to promote.
Govs.com for tickets, by the way.
GOVS.com for Monty's show on Wednesday. And then within a couple of weeks of that, on December 12th at the Brokerage Comedy Club, 8 p.m., it'll be Hershey and the Keegs and Friends. It's Mark
That's a
Hershman.
Friday?
It's a Thursday night at the
Thursday
Brokerage. A Thursday.
Can I
we
do
have
a
the
spot
room.
on that one?
Yeah, if you want.
No, I
you
don't
can do a spot.
It's Hershey and the
We
Keegs.
just didn't have you do it because you did the last one. So that's
yeah,
why we
come
didn't
do a
have you
spot,
do
though.
that.
I could do new stuff.
Yeah.
I got a whole bit about how my friend bitches at me for taking credit for cooking.
We got, let's see, we have Herschy and the Keegs. We have our boy Friday, Jake Chapman, hosting a show for the very first time. We love that kid. We have Mike Delaquilla. We have Mikey Kurz. We have Hugh Van Will. And we have the man, the myth, the legend. We have Keith Anthony. If you haven't seen him.
Just added Fat J.
Oh, Fat Jay's going to be doing a guest spot as well. So it's going to be a great show. govs.com.
I'm not coming.
Make sure you take care of that. And before we close out, Anthony, what do you have? You have Knock 'em Dead Comedy coming up. What's the next show you got?
Well, we have on the very next night, December 13th, right here in the Giga Room, Mike Pacchetti and friends with the Evil Twins of Comedy, Mark Riccadonna and Don Jameson. I'll be doing 5 minutes, and then Don Silva will be hosting a Q&A with all the comedians afterwards.
So you can come 5 minutes late.
Yeah, and then, of course...
And you have your show tomorrow, Tony, during the day? You still doing your afternoon show, your morning show, or no?
No shows tomorrow.
Not tomorrow. Wednesday, I'm
Wednesday.
here if you want to come back.
Wednesday, and then there's Sports Bash on Wednesday with Peter Schwartz, which is an amazingly fantastic show. He's got big guests coming up.
He's got Mike Del Judas with him on Wednesday.
Mike Del Judas on Wednesday
Holy
in
crow.
studio. Oh, no, he's via Zoom.
He's Zoom, yeah.
And just make sure that...
He pre-recorded
I think we forgot to touch on this last week, but Best of Long Island. Make sure you're going to Best of Long Island because we have so many things that you need to vote for on Best of Long Island. We have...
I won that thing 3 years in a row back in like the 90s.
Yeah.
Means nothing.
Well, thank you very much. But it means something to us, though, and you didn't promote it the right way, but we're going to promote it once we win.
I didn't have to promote it. I won. I beat
saying,
Joe Starr, Rich Walker, and Peter Bales.
Once you win, though, we're going to promote the hell out of it to make it useful for us. So
There used to be a dinner that you went to and you won. And I went to it 3 years in a row.
I went to it.
Lisa DiStefano before she was superstar on News 12.
No, she's a superstar. I know.
No, she was before that. I went there. I was hanging out with her.
She hosted it.
Yeah,
I was there. I went there when I helped walk.
They still have the dinner
15 years ago. Hoika Castle. This was back in 2012. Walker.
Do they still have it though? The dinner?
No, they don't have it anymore.
Exactly. No. Now it's at Pizza Hut.
Can you just put it up so I can fucking talk about it, please?
I'm gonna vote. What do you want me to vote for?
It was up.
I know, but he's just ruining it.
I'm sorry, bro.
Best of Long Island. We have bestoflongisland.com. We want you to vote for Carla Okerson for Best Stand-Up Comedian. We have Mike Keegan for Best Republican in Long Island. We have Best Podcast, Herschy and the Keegs Show.
I can't vote for that.
If you don't want to vote for Herschy and the Keegs Show for Best Podcast, you vote for Suzanne Galena for Best Podcast because somehow she got in as a
I'm going to vote for Herschy and the Keegs.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm going to also promote the vote for that on my all my social
buddy.
media.
Thank you.
Just for pissing you
And
off.
tomorrow night, John Engelman Theater in Northport. Mike Keegan, Eric Half, Patty Rossborough, Carla Okerson.
Patty Rossborough. Definitely go to see that.
Awesome.
Exactly. I love Patty. Patty's one of my favorites.
Patty's the best.
One of my best friends.
She is one of your best friends. Thank you for Christopher Jane Monty for coming on our show today. We appreciate it. We love you.
Marie Monty.
Happy Thanksgiving to the Oons family, to
Oons.
Chris.
It's Oons.
Oons.
No,
every time he
Oons.
says that,
Well, no, when they taught me how to goose step, they said Oons. Congratulations to Jennifer, to Chris on the baby. Thank God Mr. Oons is feeling a little bit better. We wish you all health, wealth, and success in the upcoming year. We're not going to be back till after the new year.
No.
No. We wish you guys the best. We do appreciate you guys watching. Happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you guys next week. Love you. Bye.
Thank you.